All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 168-pound division where we had a big fight last night. Canelo Saul Alvarez, Canelo Alvarez beats Jermell Charlo and solidifies himself as something in the boxing world, and it is something major. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 168-pound division where Jermell Charlo and Canelo Alvarez fought for the undisputed title at 168, and the fight was an entertaining fight for me. The whole fight card was entertaining for me, but Canelo Alvarez proved several points in this fight. Have to concede these things to this man. Wow. And Bob Arum also speaks out about Terence Crawford fighting Canelo Alvarez. And I got to tell you, I think I owe Canelo Alvarez an apology. Before I get into that, though, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you're a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you very much. Means a ton. Matty Yo, Barbara D, thank you guys. Sorry I missed you guys last night. Didn't call the fight live last night. However, had to take my son to a basketball game at 6 a.m. in the morning. So pretty much was going all day. So I just sat back, enjoyed the fight. And so I'll cover what happened in this particular video and in the live stream that we do. Let me tell you, man, that was a display from Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez dominated Jermell Charlo over 12 rounds, wound up dropping him one time. I think, man, I may have given Jermell Charlo a round or two in that fight. Canelo Alvarez just way too strong for Jermell Charlo. You could clearly see that those guys definitely were in different weight classes. And Jermell Charlo, in order to get his strength up to where Canelo Alvarez is would have to done something different. Canelo Alvarez can take a big shot because he got hit a bunch of times, very flush by Jermell Charlo with specifically with left hooks, and he just acted like it. It might as well have been a ping pong ball off a brick wall. That's just how much effect it had on Canelo Alvarez. Everything that Canelo Alvarez was throwing was heavy and fast. And when he wanted to be defensive, he could be defensive, but he just was in that same mode that, he went into after the Gennady Golovkin fight, the first one, where he was doing a lot of slipping the shots and a lot of that stuff, but then he just wind up, just coming forward and walking Gennady Golovkin down with big shots. But at this point in time, man, he was just way too strong for Jermell Charlo. There's a lot of people out there that are criticizing Jermell Charlo for how he performed. The kid is not going to be one of them. Sorry about that. Look, man, he was just in there with a guy that was just way too strong for him. Remind me just a little bit of the Roy Jones Jr. Mike Tyson fight. I don't know if you guys probably remember it. It was a few years ago. They did this, an exhibition type of fight. And you could just tell everything Mike Tyson hit Roy Jones with really, really hurt Roy Jones Jr. And Roy Jones Jr. was like, oh, man, yeah, I'm not too far off the same height as this guy. And I've got some muscles, but no, this is way too much coming at me. I think that's what Jermell Charlo, experienced. And I just don't think there was a whole lot that he could do because he didn't have enough time to acclimate to the weight class and actually get to be, to increase his size, his strength, and all that stuff. Now, of course, there's going to be people that point to other reasons why Canelo Alvarez is that strong. And at this point in time, man, I'm just not, it is what it is. Don't feel like speculating on that. Just going to get a man. Just say, hey, man, first of all, I like Canelo Alvarez. One of the saddest things for me, that I saw as a boxing fan was when, or most disappointed I've been in boxing was when Canelo Alvarez popped before the Gennady Golovkin 2 fight. However, I always like him as a fighter. Definitely know that he's a top level fighter. Enjoy watching his fights. I can't say that I was really rooting. I was rooting for Jermell because Jermell was the American, Jermell's the Texan. But hey, look, man, this guy just really showed a lot of stuff. Like, for example, man, look, if there's the biggest draw in boxing is that dude. Okay, because that fight had, the crowd was so crazy for that fight. It was so I know they said they did a $20 million gate. Gate wasn't quite as big as Gervonta and Ryan Garcia, but you could just tell like the entire place was rooting for Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez just, as far as being the attraction, I think is really just it. And on top of it, I'm glad that he's on Showtime where you can really have that type of buzz be created for the man, because it's good for boxing, man. I'm also really glad that he fought an American fighter in Charlo. Now, one thing that I have to say, though, is where I said I think I may owe Canelo an apology. When I said I think Terence Crawford may be able to get him, I think I changed my mind on that one. I don't think so. And I'm going to tell you, I think what Bob Arum said may very well be true, which is that, man, he may get the floor wiped with him with that guy. And the reason I say that is I just don't see anything Terence Crawford doing causing Canelo Alvarez any problems. He can hit him, it's not going to make a difference. He's gonna cut the ring off on you. And Terence is not sticking and moving and jabbing, moving. I don't see Terence Crawford jumping 3 weight classes past 154 to 160, 168 and be able to have anything to keep that dude off of him. And Canelo Alvarez is very sharp. He's very, very, very strong. Even though those guys are probably somewhere close to the same height and the same reach, I just think just the physical size and the physical strength of Canelo Alvarez is probably just going to be too much for Terence Crawford. So Terence Crawford probably just needs to go ahead and stay down there at 147 pounds and do what you got to do with the rematch with Errol Spence, and don't play with that guy because it's not going to happen. Now, what I do want to see out of Canelo Alvarez is the David Benavidez fight, the David Morrell fight. Guys that have the size and have the power to do something to make that dude blink. And quite honestly, man, just looking at it, I think the only dude that at 168 that may have the power to make that dude blink and regret everything that he does is David Morrell. Because David Morrell is when you look at how David Morrell is landing shots, David Morrell is landing shots that are as strong as the shots that Canelo Alvarez is landing. He's just a really big dude. David Benavidez, I don't really know if he's carrying as nearly as much power, more so than he's carrying, speed and the fact that he could probably get a lot of shots off on Canelo. But nah, man, Canelo looked really good. Hat off to him. I'm not bashing on Jermell. I just think Jermell's too small for him. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.